Hi everyone, this is Dianna Cameron, and I'm the curator at the Blowing Rock Art and History Museum. We were scheduled to have our Coffee with the Curator tour of one of our current exhibitions, Branching Out Works in Wood from North Carolina, in late April, but like many things due to COVID-19, we're unfortunately unable to tour the gallery in person right now. And since the exhibition and museum are closed to the public, we've been releasing weekly features of artists in the exhibition through our online content platform, Brom at Home, as well as on social media, and we'll continue to feature artists from this exhibition each and every week. I hope you've got a chance to check those out. And since we can't meet for an in-person gallery tour, I thought instead we could take a look at some images and video of Branching Out through a virtual Coffee with a Curator. So please grab a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever you'd like, and I hope you enjoy this walkthrough highlighting a few of the artists and works of art in our exhibition, as well as a brief history of furniture and wood in North Carolina. Furniture history in this state is extremely important to the story of North Carolina. In the 17th and 18th centuries, settlers brought with them skills in furniture making and inspiration for design from New England, the British Isles, and parts of Europe. Immigrants planted themselves across the state from the East Coast to the Western Mountain Range, and they spread their influences in furniture design. So, as you can imagine, early furniture was often made of wood native to the state, like walnut, cherry, cypress, oak, yellow pine, and poplar. Aspen Golan is one of our exhibiting artists, and she currently works as the woodshop coordinator at Penland School of Crafts. Her work has a lot of beautifully handcrafted qualities. Sunflower cabinet shows a lot of those kinds of decorative details. Aspen is trained in fine art as well as 17th and 18th century American furniture. She combines these skills to incorporate contemporary imagery into the traditional American furniture forms that her work takes. Introducing unconventional images, such as cabinets with chest cavities and clock movements that mimic a beating heart, her work blurs the line between furniture and figurative sculpture. The Industrial Revolution changed the way furniture was made in America, and by the 1980s, North Carolina was following suit. In that decade alone, 6 furniture factories were built here. The textile and furniture industries supported and expanded alongside one another. However, despite this increased production, economic class and geographic location often determined accessibility to quality furniture. Those living in rural areas continued to purchase and pass down furniture that served a utilitarian role, and those of a higher class had access to more decorative pieces. Exhibiting artist Derrick Beasley was born in Nashville, Tennessee, but he was raised and still currently lives in Durham, North Carolina. Derrick is a self-taught artist, and his educational background is really interesting. He received a bachelor's in sociology, followed by a master's in public administration and policy analysis. As for his artistic education, he's done a lot of independent study and practice, mentorships, and a class at the Center for Documentary Studies at Duke. Derrick says that he, quote, creates out of a sense of responsibility to my community and a desire to answer 3 persisting questions. 1, what would make this world better? 2, how can I work to create it today? And 3, what do I need to heal myself to create it? Derrick works in a variety of mediums as a multidisciplinary artist, one of those being wood. His artwork is informed by his background in policy and community organizing, as well as his identity as a Black man from the South. The American craft revival movement of the 19th and early 20th centuries referenced traditional forms of creative expression and adapted them to emerging markets. Manipulation of wood expanded beyond just carving, and many artisans explored other methods of design. Wood could be bound together, bent with the use of water, and stained, painted, or burned to create color and stylistic effects. As the furniture industry in the state was expanding, so too was the artist's approach to using wood to create sculptural work. Living not too far from the museum in nearby Boone is artist Roger Atkins. Working with wood has been a passion of Roger's all his life. His work is focused on a conversation between form and mathematics. Sometimes he'll consider a mathematical formula and what its resulting form will be. Other times he'll first consider the form, then consider what mathematics would need to be applied to make it a reality. His works in the exhibition show beautifully flowing forms and a combination of different kinds of wood. Converging Arcs number 2 features both alder, a hardwood, and purple heart, which, when exposed to light, takes on a rich, eggplant-like color. There's also On Time, a work where Roger bound many individual pieces of wood together, then sanded them down to a smooth, round finish. Roger's work investigates the beauty and elasticity of wood as a sculptural medium. Bob Trotman is a name many of you may recognize. He works mostly in wood and is a North Carolina native. He was born in Winston-Salem. Bob is another artist in our exhibition who is self-taught, and he's made an amazing career for himself. He's received 2 NEA grants and 4 grants from the North Carolina Arts Council, and his work is in collections all across the country. His work is primarily figurative, and the one that we have featured in the exhibition are Bob's senior partners, male and female. These figures are small, only about 3 feet high each, and when you walk up to them, you see what appears to be 2 bite-sized grown adults sternly staring up at you. It almost appears as if they're trying to assert their dominance, which is quite comical at this particular angle. We can see from the diversity of work created across the state that artists today pull influences from many directions. These makers distinguish themselves in a variety of ways. Some would call themselves artists or sculptors. Others prefer being called artisans or craftsmen. Some are woodworkers, while others embrace the term woodcraft. Many blur the lines and prefer not to be categorized, and some even take on multiple terms of identity. But their unique uses of wood connects them all. And with that, I hope you've enjoyed this Coffee with the Curator and another detailed look at branching out. There's so much content in this exhibition, so be sure to continue to follow Brom at Home and our museum's social media accounts to keep up with all the latest sneak peeks. Thanks, and we'll see you all again soon.